The next morning, we said we'd regroup today. I don't know how to occupy myself without the others. But I had been waiting forever, hoping someone else would show up. No one had. I wondered if they were all still sleeping. It's already past noon, though. I wish at least one of them would bother to check in. Maybe I'll go check on someone. Is this where I pick my route? Yes! Alright, here we go! Go, Cyrus! There could be only one boy to check in on. Ulrik, are you there?
Cyrus? Yeah, I'm here. I can't get up right now, so come inside if you want to talk.
Okay, just a second. Wow, our rooms are identical.
Really? Yours looks just like this?
Yes, right down to the furniture and layout. I don't think mine had fruit, though, sadly. Wait, are those the blueprints for the buggy? No fair, we agreed we wouldn't work today.
This isn't work, it's a hobby.
It is work. We're using it for transportation, aren't we?
Ugh, you're so annoying. Fine, call it whatever you want. I don't care.
I just realized why this song sounds familiar all of a sudden. I'm like, why do I know this tune? It's a remix of Ulrik's song. Now, in the Switch version for the original Steam Prison, each of the guys had a song that they sang during the credits. I didn't get that during my playthrough because I played on PC, but was it Mora? Somebody shared the ending songs with me. It might have been Mora. So I got to hear this, and I'm like, oh, this is Ulrik's song. It's just remixed. I feel so dumb. But yeah, if you haven't listened to the guys' songs from the original Steam Prison, you should go do that, because they're great.
Just let me do this. I haven't been able to think about anything else since I went to bed last night. I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is. There's more than one, actually, but the biggest is that the exhaust ports are too close to the ground. That's why sand keeps getting into the buggy. The heat from the sun is also causing the internal temperature to rise, and the wheels are having trouble getting traction in the sand. I can get it moving again, but we'll end up right back here before long unless I make some improvements. That is, if I can even come up with any. Ugh, I hate the desert so much.
You seem upset.
Of course I'm upset. What, am I supposed to be happy that I can't find a solution?
But this is you we're talking about. I'm sure you'll figure out something before long.
Your wishful thinking isn't helping right now. I mean, you're probably right. It's more like I have no choice but to figure it out. After all, it's my responsibility to get everyone back safely. You're the one in charge of the expedition itself, but as the engineer, I at least have to guarantee that much. Except I can't right now! I can't think of anything. I just want to give up. It's so frustrating. I feel like an idiot.
Ulrik. What if we went out for a change of scenery?
What? You want to subject me to the same hot sun and sandy winds that are responsible for this mess in the first place? Yeah, I guess that's not a bad idea. A change of scenery will clear my head. And anyway, I'm starting to get tired of baklava. Alright, let's go see what other sweets we can find.
Well, that was easy. Moto, 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 moto. It's now stuck in my head. Like, this is gonna be in my head for like days now. Oh no. It's a good song though.
It's so hot out. And there are people everywhere. How can they have so much energy?
I guess because they've lived here their whole lives. They must be used to the climate.
It was a rhetorical question. I already knew that. I don't need you to tell me. I guess home is where you make it. I prefer the depths, but the people living here would probably find it damp and depressing. But this place is hell to an outsider like me. Don't they have anything cold and sweet, like a popsicle? Ah, of course! Popsicles!
Did you see them somewhere?
No, I didn't see any. I just thought of a way to lower the buggy's internal temperature. I can use an ice cream maker as a template. I don't know how they're built though, so I'll have to reverse engineer it. Actually, I should build the ice cream maker first, then convert it. It would be so awesome if I could eat ice cream while I'm making repairs. I might be a genius. Shoot, I'm still thinking about the buggy. This change of scenery isn't helping at all. Ah, jeez. I hate this.
But the change of scenery did give you an idea for fixing the buggy. Ulrik looked so frustrated. I thought having something sweet would perk him back up, but if only there were some way to get him out of his own head. Oh, I know! Ulrik, come with me!
Huh? Did you see a sweet shop over there?
What you doing, girl? Alright, this one's comfortable with people, so I'll lend her to you. Do you know how to climb on? Yes, it's just like riding a horse, right? Not quite. Camels have a lateral walk, while horses have a diagonal one. The owner said, giving me a basic explanation of how to mount the animal. Hey, that's pretty good. You're a natural, young lady. Thank you. Now to make her kneel. Ulrik, hop on behind me.
I have to sit in the back?
Would you rather be the one controlling the reins?
Do you know how to, little guy?
Little guy.
Little guy? I'm 20 years old. Fine, you ride in front.
Don't worry, Ulrik, I'm a shorty with you. Letting out a heavy sigh of frustration, Ulrik straddled the camel behind me. I tugged firmly on the reins, and she slowly stood back up. Okay, we're off. Great, just have her back before sunset. I nodded my acknowledgement as they steered us toward the outskirts of the city. Oh, look at them. Oh no, I'm breaking things again, but look at them. Oh. Put your arms around her waist. Do it, Ulrik. It's so bumpy. Let me know if you start feeling sick, Ulrik.
Okay. I'm not very good when it comes to riding living things.
Really? You've traveled in horse-drawn carriages, though.
It's not like I can't do it. I just never really gave it much thought until now. I think my perspective changed once I started building mechanical vehicles. Animals need to be taken care of even when you're not using them, and you have to keep them in a good mood. Machines are just easier. And one of the best things about machines is you can upgrade them at your convenience. I guess animals can reproduce, but you'd have to crossbreed them or something, wouldn't you? That takes too long. Yep, I definitely prefer machines. I shouldn't be riding a camel in a place like this.
Don't say that. Just humor me for a little while. We had left the city behind and were riding over open sand. The wind instantly erased the camel's footprints as we went. Our only landmark was the cityscape behind us.
Hey, just how far are you planning to take us? It'll be no laughing matter if we get stranded. I didn't bring any supplies.
Why don't we stop here, then? I signaled the camel with the riding crop and set her down. Then I helped Ulrik off before planting my own 2 feet on the ground. I still wasn't used to that sinking feeling when my boots hit the earth, like the sand was going to swallow me right up. Looks like we came pretty far, Ulrik.
Huh? Did you bring me out here just to enjoy the sunset? You know I'm not into that sort of thing.
He stood up straight, surveying our surroundings. There was endless desert, the clear blue sky, and...
I can't believe how far the fog is. I never looked back the whole way here, so I didn't realize.
Jevite said that it moves like the clouds. We came from the other side of that fog. I was thinking about it last night before bed. How happy I am to experience unknown wonders like this. And it's all thanks to you, Ulrik. You're the one who requested the expedition and built the buggy. This is all because of you.
No, not all of it. As much as it annoys me, I couldn't do this alone. Even if I managed the funding somehow, I still would have needed a crew. Because I don't know anybody.
Aren't you an information broker?
There aren't many people I can trust. Hiring someone would have been easy, but I didn't feel like getting betrayed at the last minute.
What about Vice? Yeah, no. Well, I'm glad you trust us. Hey, there it is. I'm glad you trust us.
Huh? I didn't say that.
You let us accompany you because you trust us, right?
What? It was the Heights who gave their permission, not me.
But you didn't have any problem with it.
That's just because I figured you all were coming one way or another. Why do you keep pressing the issue anyway? It's gross. It reminds me of Elt. Okay, fine. You're right. I trust you guys. I wouldn't have put myself in this situation with you otherwise.
Mm-hmm. I knew it.
Don't laugh.
I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I was just happy is all.
I know that. I just get uncomfortable when you laugh at me for some reason. So, look the other way. No, wait. It's easier if I turn away. Don't look over here until I say so.
Fine. You're so strange, Ulrik.
It's your fault.
You gave me these gooey feelings.
Why don't we head back? Hey, can I ride in front this time? I want to give the reins a try. I might never get this chance again.
Of course. Let me just show you how.
It's fine. I was watching the discussion between you and the owner, so I get the gist of it. I know if I do this, she'll kneel. Huh? Hey, kneel! Listen to me!
Ulrik, please be more gentle than that.
Why? It's just a camel.
That's exactly why. Animals need to establish trust with us.
What? That's so annoying. Fine, you just do it.
What about your once-in-a-lifetime experience?
Forget it. I don't need it. I'll never stray again. From now, my life is devoted to mechanical vehicles. Shit. Alright, as soon as we're back, I'm focusing on repairing the buggy. If anyone can do it, I can.
Ulrik looks like he's in a better mood. All I needed was a little dato out on the sands. Good job, girl. About 1 week had passed since we came through the fog. The monarchy, the desert culture, the way the people lived. I'd gathered enough information to spend at least a day poring over. Although I was no expert, so I couldn't give any kind of detailed analysis. But the other day in town is what left the biggest impression. Go on. Amid the hustle and bustle of the city, I'd been hoping to interview people about their views on the monarchy. At first I thought they would respect their king, like the people in the Heights revere and follow Saint Yune. But the more I questioned them, the more I found that people generally prioritize themselves, and that the political system existed only to maintain order. A thriving market full of busy shoppers spread out before me in the sweltering heat. Among them, the gentle, smiling face of a man with silvery hair laying out vegetables caught my attention. He began walking toward me the moment our eyes met. Apparently, he used to work in the palace. According to him, our clothes were of the highest quality like those worn by the royal family, and a discerning eye could pick them out in an instant. When he found out we wanted to learn more about the monarchy, he began happily reciting a very interesting anecdote. Kadayu?
You haven't heard of it before. It's an evil creature that devours benevolent souls. The late king was a good ruler. That's why Kadayu killed him. He was a kind man who even made time for the likes of me. It's such a pity.
This thing only devours the benevolent. What about the rest of us? It seems awfully picky.
You're lecturing the monster on its diet.
Shut up! It's normal to hate vegetables.
It seems like the people here don't give much thought to the royal family. Wasn't there any period of unrest during the transition of power after the previous king died?
There was a bit. Maybe the old king just had a big presence, but these new ones hardly stand out in a crowd. The day he passed away, there was an ominous hush over everything, like the country itself had died. Everybody wept and went into mourning. After that, there were feasts everywhere, celebrating the late king. Things finally settled down after a few cycles of grief and revelry. And now here we are, with two new kings no one cares about. The kings are probably working hard in their own way to carry on the legacy of the late king. They remain in the shadows even as they're burned up in his light. It's such a shame. The royal family is what makes this Cainabel.
Speaking of the royal family, what are your thoughts on the Queen Mother? I saw her surrounded by adoring townspeople the other day.
Oh, now there's a remarkable one. No one mourned harder than she when her beloved died. Now she stands with the people to help us move forward together. That's why there are so many who think that King Jevite should rule the country.
Because of what she's doing? They think Jevite should rule the country? Does that make her his mom? What's the connection there? Huh? I thought we were talking about the Queen Mother. King Jevite? Why him?
Don't you know? King Jevite is the Queen Mother's son.
Ah, okay. So why the cold distance between them? Maybe because she would like him to be king. That's why she's working her butt off, trying to, like, curry favor, turn people against Jereme. And Jevite's just like, I'm content being the dim-witted second prince. Maybe. I'm gonna take some guesses on that.
Wait, so the other king, Jereme, he has a different mother. Ah, some investigation you got there. You haven't learned anything, have you? It just goes to show how indifferent the people are. King Jereme is the son of the old king's first late wife. His mother is not the same as King Jevite's. Historically, women have had no political power in this country, so there was a swell of support behind King Jevite as the son of the Queen Mother.
The shopkeeper's words inspired me to conduct more interviews with the townspeople about the royal family. As a result, I confirmed that Jevite, as well as the Queen Mother, were a good deal more popular than King Jereme. Although it pained me to be gossiping about him, however indirectly. People were so supportive of the Queen Mother that once or twice I even heard baseless accusations like King Jereme had something to do with the late king's death. I had encountered enough unfounded rumors during my time in the police academy. Despite our culture's differences, this felt all too familiar to me. I smiled bitterly. I wanted to gather as much information as possible, but now I was having doubts whether there was any value in prying into the royal family's internal affairs. It feels like sticking my nose into other people's business. It's not a good feeling. This is work, though. I have to stay detached. Not easy. Especially when it's scandalous. Ulrik, how are the buggy repairs going?
Not great. I can't get my hands on any of the fuel we use in the depths. I can't even find the raw materials. Without it, we're not flying anywhere. Or driving either, I guess. I can't imagine anything worse than getting stranded in that fog.
So what do we do? Just live out the rest of our lives here?
No way. It may be dank and polluted, but I prefer the depths. It's too hot here. My poor machines can't take it. You always jump to conclusions. I may not have anything right now, but I'll come up with something eventually. Probably.
You can't say for certain.
I never do that unless I'm 100% sure.
I feel like he claims stuff all the time, though. Oh well, I won't say anything.
Anyway, I think we can use this.
Your mechanical carrier pigeon?
Today marks 1 week since we left, right? People are probably starting to get a little worried that we haven't come back yet. If I use the carrier pigeon, I can put those fears to rest and send them our location. And then I guess Eld will figure something out.
Could you be more specific than that?
Afraid not. But if I send him a message saying, "Help, I'm in trouble," he's going to find a way to get here even if he has to crawl on his belly. I mean, he wouldn't actually crawl. That guy's all about image. Anyway, we've got a line of communication, so if you have anything to say, feel free to use it.
I don't really have anything. Me neither. What about you, Cyrus?
Let me think. I should probably write something since I have the opportunity.
Try to limit yourself to 1 page. This thing has a long way to travel, and I'm worried about fuel. It'll probably be alright, though.
Okay, I'll keep it short. What should I write? About the food, about how you spend your time, about the local government. I don't know. I honestly have no idea which one of these to do. I'm gonna, whoops. I'm gonna make a save just in case it matters. I don't think it will, but just in case. About how the government? I think I'll write about the local government. A historical monarchy, the country is currently ruled by 2 young kings. We'll see if this matters in the end or not. Finished. Here you go, Ulrik.
Okay, great. Now deliver this to Elt. Fly away!
Okay, doesn't seem to have affected anything.
What do we do if that thing fails and crashes out in the desert?
Then our line of communication is severed. But don't worry, I know Elt will come.
You can say that for certain?
He might be annoying as hell, but that's just the kind of guy he is. So, what should we do until he gets here? The usual?
I feel bad about relying on Jevite's hospitality so much, so I was thinking we might find a way to give back to this country.
Give back, huh?
Within our ability, of course, although they may not need it. They've been providing and caring for us, so we should at least return their kindness.
I like that idea. I'm not sure what I can do, but I'll try to figure out something.
You're such a suck-up. Fine, I'll help out too. It's not in my nature to let other people take care of me. Hey, you're thinking about how I let Elt take care of me, aren't you? That's different. I never asked for his help.
Not gonna lie, I was thinking that. I'm like, but Eltcreed takes care of you. But then he called me out. I didn't say anything. With the carrier pigeon on its way, it seemed time to say goodbye and go back to our separate rooms. And then Adage appeared. Just as we were leaving, Adage called for us to wait. What is it?
Did the Queen Mother pay the rest of you a visit?
Oh?
Was she supposed to? When?
I'm not sure. I guess it depends on the person. In my case, it was last night.
Last night? What for?
Hell if I know. She invited me for a drink, but I didn't feel like joining her, so I politely declined. Spending time face to face like that with someone I just met would have been torture.
Maybe the Queen Mother just appreciates a good-looking guy, Adage, you don't know.
She couldn't have picked a worse person for a cultural exchange. I thought she would have gone to see the rest of you too. but apparently not. Why was it only me?
Who knows? We all saw her when Jevite was showing us around town. You're saying you met with her personally?
Hardly. When she came to my room, I didn't even know who she was until she explained herself. And when I declined, she just politely said, "Next time," and left without pressing the issue. I have no idea what she wanted.
So she visited Adage in private. I wonder. That was that was my first thought. But deep down, I'm like, I feel like poison's afoot. You know, like Adage would know, how to concoct something. But she could also be planning to, like, blame it on the visitors, Maybe get rid of King Jereme, blame it on the new guys, something. I smell a rat. Maybe she's planning something.
You have a point. She wouldn't have come to me if she didn't have a reason. That's exactly why I'm trying to find out what that reason might be. Well, it seems we won't reach any answers like this.
Yeah. Sorry we couldn't be more helpful.
It's not your fault. At the time, I was more concerned with shutting the door than learning her intent, so I'm the one to blame. We can't just ignore her due to her status, but we should probably be more guarded around her. I read a book once long ago that said you can't trust women with a sweet scent.
Was this from your private collection?
Yes, it was.
Figures. You could at least read a real book once in a while.
I'll have you know I read medical texts all the time.
Wow. It's worse than I thought.
These guys. Several days later. How are things, Ulrik?
If you mean me, then I'm good. I've been getting used to the climate here. If you're asking about the buggy, then not great. It has a lot of parts that need replacing. I've been busy getting them all made. But at least I was able to build some handy tools from the pieces I removed. I guess that's progress, right?
You mean like the device that gathers up sand from the floor? The handmaidens were really happy about that one.
Were they? Huh. That's surprising. The wind is always blowing sand around anyway, so I figured they wouldn't have much use for it.
What? Why did you build it if you didn't think they'd want it?
I did it for you, Cyrus. Aren't you the one who said we should try to give back to this country? I figured out how to mass-produce those things, so I donated some extras. I only need one for myself, so giving away the rest was the simplest way to make a contribution. But I guess I'm glad they've been helpful. It doesn't matter how handy an invention is. It's garbage if no one uses it. Like this thing. It's just a big, elaborate paperweight unless I can do something about it.
Do you have any ideas?
That depends on what you want it to do. Like I said before, flying is out of the question for the time being. That's why I'm putting all my focus into traveling over land. But that damned fog, it's just so annoying. I understand why it's there. The river that runs through the middle of this place causes high levels of humidity, which condenses at night when the temperature drops. Stupid weather patterns. The country seems to be landlocked, so we'd be able to travel back and forth over land with no problem if it weren't for that fog. We could try building a massive road, but planning would be impossible unless we knew the distance we needed. As for the budget, well, if we let Elt get involved, he'd probably go all out. If the request came from me, he'd burn through all his savings no matter how much it cost. It's annoying, but I'll have to talk it over with him. What's taking him so long, anyway? Who does he think he is, making me wait like this?
Come to think of it, it has been a while since we sent that message. Eltcreed was a busy man, so he probably couldn't just drop everything. You think he would have sent a message back at the very least, though. Hey, Ulrik believes in Elt, I believe in Elt. Yeah. I'm sure he'll be here before long. I know you believe in him too. That's why you're so calm right now.
No, I'm always like this when I'm working. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to concentrate. But anyway, it's like I said the other day. He'd crawl on his belly to get here. I'll bet he's just taking his sweet time for effect. He'd probably say the leading man has to make a dramatic entrance. I'll punch him in the face if he actually says that.
I'm glad to see you haven't changed, Ulrik. Hey, have you always had that tool?
Which one? I've got some delicate instruments here, so don't go touching everything. Oh, that? It's not a tool. It's a replica of an object that doesn't fit its time period.
Doesn't fit its time period?
Have you heard of out-of-place artifacts? They're excavated relics made with technology that shouldn't have existed during their time period. This one is a calculator from before the Great Flood. The ancients used it to determine the positions of the stars.
Really? Why did they want to do that?
How should I know? Ask someone who lived back then. I wonder. Maybe they were just really into the stars or something.
You know, you guys do hang out with Yune fairly regularly. You could just ask him, like, what did you use these calculators for?
The people in this country seem to see the presence of God in everything significant, like the sun and the moon. Maybe that's why they wanted to know more about the stars. But I'm skeptical. If they had that level of technology, the city should be more advanced too. That shopkeeper probably saw I wasn't from around here and made the whole thing up.
Are you saying you bought it somewhere in town?
Yeah, I found this place that sells nothing but antiques. It was fun just browsing.
Ulrik, that's no fair!
Huh?
Why didn't you take me with you?
I just stumbled across the place. Besides, why would I need to take you?
Because I'm trying to learn more about this country's history, and that shop sounds really interesting. Tell me where you found it.
I'm not sure I can. I know where it is, but I couldn't give you directions. It's not like I remember the street names or anything like that.
Then will you please take me with you next time? I assume you're planning to go back, right?
It's annoying how you seem to know me so well. Yes, I was planning to go back. Okay, fine. I'll bring you along next time if I have the chance.
That's not good enough. I want you to swear you'll take me. If it were you, I'd find time in my schedule, day or night.
You would, huh? Fine, fine.
Thank you. Well, I should be going.
What, did you come just to check on me? To this place that reeks of camels no matter how much I try to air it out?
That's right. As the leader of this expedition, I want to see how my team is doing.
Oh, is that it?
Aw, he broke his heart, Cyrus. What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. I'm just impressed by how seriously you take your role. Say hi to the others for me.
I will. Keep up the good work.
Yep, you too.
Oh, we got our first Ulrik Fairies perspective. Do. Heck yeah, I'm excited. I love the POVs of the boys. Oh, now he's just like, I thought I was special. My theme song was playing and everything, and she just was like, nah. Aw.
Wait, so she was visiting everyone? And here I was so happy that she'd gone out of her way to see me. This is why I shouldn't get my hopes up. I'm just setting myself up for disappointment. I'm such an idiot.
That was it.